I'm hoping it's not us. That'd be really weird.
Yeah.
It's Nate's haunted house.
Oh, great.
We've
Just
had
set
nothing-
up
We've
another.
had nothing else, by the way. Just that
Really?
one time. Yeah.
We are live.
Okay.
We are live. Hello, viewers, and welcome to the Story Told's Twitch. I am your host, Logan, and I'll introduce our GM in just a moment. We are proud members of the D20 Radio Network, as well as being partnered with Fool's Moon Entertainment. Information about both of those can be found on our website. In addition to that, we are affiliated with Fanroll Dice, My Metallic Dice Games. Enter the code STORYTOLD10 to receive 10% off your order. And with that said, Jarn, take it away.
Hi, I am just Jarn for short. You can find me on Blue Sky, Threads, Instagram, all over the place. But yes, I am going to be your Atlas tonight as we continue on the story of this intrepid group that had started off in the East Coast after a post-apocalyptic war, and they're surviving at the end of the world. But I'm just one voice that describes everything else and acts as everybody else. I'm not the real story. The real story is going to be our fabulous players. And starting off all the way at the bottom of my screen, and I do apologize, you're never at the bottom. You're always on the top, but you do start physically on the bottom, so I had to kind of point that out. Is Serena.
Oh. Hi everyone, my name is Serena X Moon. You can call me just Serena. And I play Bug, who is the wrench in the story, which means I am the repair girl. She's in her early 20s and a bit of a rebel. And yeah, you can find me on all socials, and I'll move it on to the next person.
Right
Which
above you
is
for me is going to be Nady.
Nady.
Danger.
Okay.
Me? Let's go. All right. Hello, friends and future enemies. My name is Nady Danger, but you can call me Nady. I play the talker of this group and do at great lengths whenever possible. I play Clint McCarthy, but you can also find me, Nady Danger, who is a TTRPG actor, professional dungeon master, and all-around really poor content creator on all of your favorite social media platforms. Whichever one, just pick one, except Twitter. You will never find me on Twitter, but that's everywhere else. I'll be there.
Excellent. Moving up the ladder, it is going to be Logan.
Hello, everyone. Again, I am Logan. I play Ezra Wren, our resident sad boy stargazer who has some kind of weird connection to the alien life.
And he says that in such a sad boy tone. It just leaves it off.
I've had a day.
Distance, so
I've had a day.
You can hear the ellipses. No, it matches your character perfectly. You can hear the ellipses just droning off in the distance.
Use it. Use it.
But next we do have Eleanor.
Hi, I'm Eleanor, aka Foibles and Fables on all socials. I am an IRL actress and TTRPG performer and storyteller. You can find me on the Harlequin's Hallowed Hearth YouTube channel every week, bringing you a new episode of An End to Hunger, a gothic horror AP. For this campaign, I'm playing Caitlin Bragg, a 30-year-old gal from the backwoods of who knows where, traveling with this wonderful crew, taking the role of the bandage. So my role is to keep everybody bound together long enough to make it to St. Francis.
And finally, and not least, we got Doc.
That guy. I am Doc. I am the loudest half of Creative Disarray, where we do everything from kind of now producing finally some APs, so I can finally call myself a game master as well as just a player and performer. So that's great. So on Saturdays, check out Road to Wrestle Deep if you like professional wrestling, and I've always wanted to see it in the world of Faerun. D&D 5e adventure. 5e, not 5v. I don't know what the hell that is. But yeah, I play Arthur the Sledgehammer Simmons, a former boxer and now just bruiser who likes to stand in the way and make questionable decisions and may or may not protect people.
And by the way, I need to tell all the viewers out there, guys, Foibles and Fables as well as Doc, you definitely want to watch their shows. They're amazing. Okay, excellent GMing, excellent overall, and I think they're amazing. But that's your guys' show. This is mine. Oh, the Eagles are coming. The Eagles are coming. Inside joke for everybody out there.
Mm-hmm.
But terrifying.
Don't worry, we have our Kia Soul.
We're gonna pick one up. At this moment, you close your eyes. The wind begins to bite at you as you're trudging along in the snow. You hear the crunching sound of your feet as you attempt to make a path following the individuals in front of you. You look up ahead, and all of you can see the building. It's a gray building that has this kind of squat, almost generic look to it. Honestly, you can almost half look at it and think it might be a prison of some sort. A fence kind of a fence that wraps around it, the squat building behind. The only differential that you see that would tell you that what this building could have possibly been before the world ended is the fact that it has a sign that reads Washington Middle School. The company that you're with has parked their vehicles a distance away. At this point, you're going to recall Jessie, their leader. She makes note the fact that they don't want to bring any sort of attention to their home base, and thus they go ahead and park their cars off a distance. For some of you, this is going to be an easy trudge through the snow. For others, you're going to be hurting, pained. You'll know that River is going to be burdened by two individuals who are going to try to create a tourniquet and carry her along as she's passed out. Eventually, you get beyond the gates and you begin to move into towards the courtyard of the school. Rising up from the snow, just beneath some foliage that's there, perhaps some bushes that at one point were nice and trim, but now are run rampant and wild. You're going to see that guards stand up. They hail towards Jesse. Whoa, you found new people. Jesse goes ahead, holds up a hand. Yeah, yeah, they're not doing too well though. We need to get inside. The others are coming along. You'll see that the two individuals that are guarding the front door, young guys, probably in their 20s, seem excited at the prospect of new people, seeing new faces, talking to new individuals. Again, more and more the reality that the world has ended becomes real for each person as they're living in this landscape. With that, you're going to see that the group kind of goes ahead, passes through the front doors, and leads you inside. The warmth is the first thing that gets you. Surely, this place can't have any sort of power. But sure enough, the lights inside the building are lit. You're going to feel that the uh, heater is on, and for the most part, you could almost see that this place would have looked like had it been still occupied, had it still been functioning before it all ended. The only difference is that here and there you're going to see crates and cargo, things that are kind of stacked up in order to make inventory for individuals. As you're being led in, you're going to see that Jesse goes ahead and begins to lead you all into one of the rooms, specifically what would have been the nurse's office back way when. I'll have I'll have my people look over you. If you need anything, just ask. We'll try to help you out as much as possible. Just calm down. No one's going to do any harm. No one's going to do anything against you here.
At this point, I think Bug and I have been whispering a little bit. You heard what she said on the radio, right?
Yes, I did. Do you think it's actually her?
I mean, I don't know what she knows or told them. I mean, I don't want to put her in a bad position if it is her, and look like a fool if it's not. But she doesn't know we're here. I'm willing to risk it if you are.
Let's do it.
Okay.
This place is, I mean, damn.
No, if it is her, she's doing well for herself, that's for sure.
Yeah.
Hey, Arthur,
Yeah.
we got something we gotta do. We might be drummed back in this room real quick, otherwise we might not see you for a few hours. Are you okay here?
Yeah. No, I'll try to get Charlotte settled in and make sure Clint doesn't do anything more than he already has.
See if you can find some straps.
And
All right.
as Arthur says, those words, uh, you hear the click of the safety going on his pistol as he walks into this building wrapped in like whatever meager blanket we had in the aluminum falcon, like over his head, like he's in a like his emotional blanket, like just like backpack strapped to it because his shirt has melted from the acid of the creature that we had just met. And as he's doing it, he is stuffing the pistol down the back of his jeans, and is deep into his flask at this moment as he is using whatever sort of thing he has to numb out the pain that he is currently in. As he kind of bowls through the group, as you all like kind of combine together, he kind of pushes through the group and says, "Don't worry, I'll be fine. I promise I will not," as he swigs from the flask, "make too much of a mess. If you'll excuse me, I'm going to find something soft to lay on in a warm location. Good night."
Tell him I'm Arthur. I'll figure this out. I'll take care of it. Don't fret about it, and certainly don't have him fret about it, okay?
Nah, it's not the first time I've had to deal with these versions of Clint.
Ezra, are you okay if we go?
Yeah.
It won't
yeah.
be for long.
Yeah. I need to have someone check me out. I don't feel so hot.
Yeah. You all rest up. Okay. Let's go.
You know, Clint might be a little bit of a something, but I'm really glad he's alive, you know?
Yeah, of course.
Scared me for a second. Anyways, let's just check it out.
He scares me for longer than that.
So before you two are about to head out, as Clint is making his way out, you're going to see that Jesse goes ahead and says, "Whoa, whoa, whoa! Where do you think you're going? You're messed up. You need to be checked out. Our doc's one of the finest around here. I'm pretty sure she'll be able to take care of you."
I got
No.
my own doctor right here.
As I said,
Dr.
don't.
Corn Whiskey.
That
You'll
was
see-
corn that went into that bottle.
You'll see that Jessie raises up her hands and she like pushes towards Clint, not like forcing him or anything, but just kind of keeping him from walking out. And she's like, "No, no, no, you need to stay. The doc's coming in. We're gonna have." She turns back and she goes, "Whiskey, get Val Enyon in here as soon as possible."
No.
Look, she turns right back towards you and she goes, take your drink, sit down on one of the beds. Don't worry about it. They're gonna check you out. I don't know if you've seen yourself. You look pretty bad."
Pretty badass. You know what I'm saying? That's where I was going anyway, though. So, you got it. And I salute Jesse. Which way is the bed?
Oh, she points like right behind you. And you're gonna see like several beds there. Again, some of them were just kind of propped up. Others, like the original bed that would have been in the nurse's office, is still there, and they're kind of like using it as well.
Atlas, may I ask a question?
Of course.
On a level of 1 to 10, how springy would that bed be?
Oh, not at all.
Are they,
It's been years.
Not at all? Okay.
Not at all.
I flop down onto it, and it just sounds like a sack of potatoes hitting a wooden floor. And it's a bed. I'm going to say it's a bed, and in my mind, I'm going to picture it's a bed. Yeah, no bed. And I say it, like my voice kind of comes to a low level. I'm saying no bed.
Jordan,
Now,
am I in the same room as everyone else still? Okay.
You're all in the nurse's office right now. The only two that are planning on heading out are going to be Caitlin and Bug.
And yeah, we're gonna make a move. No, I appreciate everything that you're doing, and we will come back around. And she'll open the locket up and show Harriet's picture.
You'll see that Jessie kind of looks at it for a moment. It takes her. It kind of she has to lean in, and at this point she's like, "Ah, that's Harry."
Yeah.
Wait. She looks at you. She looks at Bug. She looks back at you, and she's just like, "The Gully Girls."
holding Bug, holding her close. Yeah, we're here.
That's
We
us.
made
That's
it.
us.
We made it.
Oh, yeah, yeah. I'll have. She kind of looks over and she sees one of the other individuals kind of standing off to the side. She goes, "Mabel, take them over to Harry." You'll see that Mabel kind of walks over. You'll see Mabel's like a much older lady. She already has grays in her hairs. She kind of like looks at you with a smile, and she kind of looks towards Jesse and she goes, "Why do you? Why are you taking them to go see Harry already?" You'll see that Jesse comes on. She goes, "These are the Gully Girls," and you'll see that Mabel goes ahead and she's just like, "Oh, oh, yeah, yeah, yeah. Come on, follow me."
Okay. And yeah, just the briefest hand on Arthur's shoulder. And this is actually the first time I think she's ever really actually like touched you in a non-medical way, but actually in like a friendly way of being like, "We'll be back. We'll be back."
As you begin to follow Mabel, Caitlin, Bug, you're going to see that this place has a semblance of life in it. There are people walking down the halls. You're actually going to hear the laughter of children. And as you're walking through it, you're going to see that an individual stands out in the hall, like come turning around a corner from another passage into this main hall that you guys are walking in. At this point, when you look, you're going to see a creature that's standing at least 6 feet tall, lanky. It has almost like this humanoid face with large eyes. Its skin is almost like this translucent blue, and you're going to see that the creature kind of walks by you, and you'll see that it's completely robed. It just kind of walks by you at this point. You'll see that Mabel kind of waves a hand and goes, "Valinian, how are you doing?" You'll see that the creature goes ahead, nods, and in this sing-song voice goes ahead and she says, "I am well. 'Tis another day. 'Tis it not?" You'll see that Mabel goes ahead, nods, and you'll see that Valinian kind of walks by and continues on, heading in the same direction you guys were walking from.
Oh, Hester's gonna love that.
Bug is full on staring and like walking backwards, like what?
You'll see that Mabel catches you guys kind of pausing momentarily, and she goes, "You don't have to worry about her. She's actually one of the good ones."
Oh no, worry. Who's worried? We just we haven't seen that before.
I didn't know they were good.
Yeah.
Well, just like people, there's good ones and there's bad ones. This one's one of the good ones. Anyways, follow me. And with that, she continues to lead you all the way towards the room where you see the titular principal's office written on top. And at this point, Mabel is going to go ahead and knock on the door. But before we get to Caitlin and Bug, Ezra,
Mm-hmm.
you begin to hear a melody very softly, kind of a almost like a violin playing once more, just plucking a few notes. You begin to realize that the melody that it's playing is not aggressive. It's actually far more reserved and calm, almost comforting. And as it begins, it doesn't get too loud or it's overwhelming. It just gets loud enough that you know that whoever is radiating that happens to be nearby. And almost true to form, you kind of look, and turning the corner and entering into the nurse's office, you're going to see, again, 6 foot tall creature, lanky. You're going to see this almost humanoid face, missing a nose, wider eyes that are black, uh, you're going to see that it has like a translucent blue skin, and kind of step into the room. For some odd reason, Ezra, as she walks in and everybody else kind of turns to look at her, you'll notice that the people that are here kind of, salute her, call out to her, greet her. But you pick up her name immediately, Val Enyon, and you don't exactly know why. You just heard the song, you heard the sound, but now it's giving you more of an understanding. Words are beginning to form in your head. And you're going to see that as you're realizing that, she is dead set looking at you.
Ezra will stand up from like the whatever he's sitting on, be it a bed or a bench. We didn't really specify. It's not necessarily important. Clint, I'm gonna go find a shower and just like starts walking towards this being.
Clint is laid out on the bed, and he's got his arm over his eyes, as if like nursing like a terrible headache, or at least it's too bright in here for him to try to sleep or do anything. And he just goes, "Yeah, all right, have fun."
Fun, right? Feel better. If I see a nurse, I'll send her this way.
You'll see that Ezra, as you're making your way out, Jesse, who happens to be sharing some words with Valenian, goes ahead and looks at you and says, "Where are you going?"
Looking directly, is it B or V?
V.
V.
Valenian.
So Ezra's looking right at Valinian. I'm not sure.
You'll see that Jesse kind of looks at you, looks towards Valenian. You'll see that Valenian is looking right at you. And Jesse comes out and she stops for a moment. And you see her kind of looking at Ezra. And she goes, "Valenian, is he one of them?" You'll see that Valenian kind of turns towards Jesse and nods, and then looks back towards you and says, "Yes, Ezra can hear the song."
Why did I know your name?
"Because your song, I can hear it. I can hear the threads of your memory, the melodies that it plays." You see, as you're looking at her, Ezra, Valenian goes ahead and she's just looking at you intently. You'll hear her melody kind of shift for a moment as the violin is playing. And at this point, you hear her voice in your head directly. She's not even moving, she's not like talking. You hear her voice directly in your head, just saying, "Ease, little one, ease. I mean you no harm."
Attempting to speak back to her in my head. We've been hunted by many. How do I know I can believe you?
Be the boss, my friend. Be the boss.
Be the boss. He doesn't say it hatefully, for the record. There's a genuine curiosity with that.
Okay,
Ooh,
talk it
yeah.
out.
Oh, talk it out? Well, same roll. Same roll. One die. Big money. I got a 2.
Could have backed you up on.
Yeah, it's okay.
So you attempt to say something in return, but it becomes obvious that you don't have that gift fine-tuned just yet. So instead of saying something, like, it just comes out like a garbled mess, and at this point it hurts your head more than anything else. And you'll see that Valenian goes ahead and says, "Calm, calm, rest. Come, let me see, let me look over you. I need to attend to you and your friends. You are hurt, you are wounded."
Ezra just quite simply nods and follows along, kind of looking a little dumbfounded, but also curious, I suppose.
You'll see as the exchange kind of begins to die out a bit, Jessie comes out and she looks towards the rest of the group and she's just like, just understand, Valenian is not one of them. Well, one of the mean ones, one of the bad ones. And she is our only nurse on staff. So she will be attending to you. And she's kind of standing there, like waiting for anybody to catch the pun, but she leaves it at that. And she's just like, she will be attending to you. Just, I trust me. I know it's weird. Just let her do her thing.
And
And so,
is Charlotte
oh,
is she asleep or is she kind of restless? I guess what is she doing? And my
oh,
arm is
Charlotte at,
put down or yeah.
wow, you want to put Charlotte down already? Jeez, wow, that's kind of dark. Oof. No, Charlotte at this point actually, the entire time she was kind of struggling, walking with you in the snow. Again, she's not. She's about like a foot high, maybe a foot and a half high. She's not gonna have a lot of wind in her to like cut through the snow, so you'd have to carry her. And for the most part, she was clinging to you tightly. At this point, as you kind of set her down inside of the school, you'll see that she is more alert, awake, kind of looking around. And the moment that she sees Valenia kind of like step in, she's automatically like looking almost spooked, and she hides right behind you. She's
Yeah, so
clinging tightly to your back of your pants.
that's what I was gonna say. I would have he probably would have kind of been sitting next to her and her kind of or explore and look around the room, kind of hidden hands until he heard Ezra talk to Clint, and then he would have looked up and then went into kind of defensive posture and put Charlotte behind him and not immediately threatening because he obviously sees the interaction going on, but not calm. I mean, calm about it, but not letting the defense down. I guess is what I'm trying to say.
You'll see that Jesse kind of like looks over. Again, for the most part, Ezra's kind of moving towards one of the beds to relax. You'll see that Clint at this point is hugging and nursing that bottle like it was his last best friend in the world. And you'll see that Jesse kind of like looks over towards Arthur as well as Charlotte. And she walks over towards Arthur and she goes, um, may I?
You're gonna have to be a little more specific than that these days.
Sorry. My apologies. May I speak with her?
If she wants to.
You'll see that Jessie goes ahead and lowers herself into a crouch, and she looks over towards Charlotte. Charlotte is hiding behind you, tightly grasping onto the pant legs, and she comes on. She goes, "Hey, hey, do you like toys?" And you'll see that Charlotte kind of like pops her head, just one eye, kind of like to see Jessie, and she's just like, "Look, we have some toys. Also, we do you like to do art?" And you'll see that Charlotte goes ahead and kind of hides her head back. She tugs at Arthur's pants, trying to get his attention.
You're all right. What is it?
Arthur, what's art?
Art is how you made Clint's notebook better.
You see that she goes ahead. She leans her head back towards Jesse, and she goes, "I, I like art." Jesse comes on. She goes, "Oh, good," slapping her hands together, and she's just like, "We actually have some coloring books and crayons. Do you want to go color?" And you'll see that at this point, Tarla just kind of like looks over and she tugs at Arthur's pants, but this time like her head just popping around, looking straight at Jesse and tugging at Arthur's pants.
Muted.
You're muted. But I appreciate the speech that you gave. It was heartfelt and I loved it. Still muted.
I'm getting no audio from you, bud.
Yeah, I don't know if you pressed the button because Discord thinks that you're talking. I can see the green box.
Yeah, that's weird.
There we go.
There you go.
That was strange. It touched nothing, so that's good. um, yeah, no, he would look down and nod and be like, "It's all right. I know it's something that we promised crayons and to look for some supplies for you, and this is probably the best chance we're gonna have in a while at finding any."
You'll see that she looks towards Jesse, and at this point, she goes, "I yes, can I art?" And you'll see that Jesse comes out. And she goes, of course, young one. Don't worry about it." And at this point, she goes. You'll see that like Jesse goes and holds out her hand. Charlie grabs it, kind of curious, but she's still holding on to your pants. And at this point, Jesse goes ahead and goes, "Don't you want to let him go?" And Charlotte's just like, "Arthur."
I'll be right here, Charlotte, or I will come find you. I won't go anywhere unless I tell you. I promise.
You promise?
With everything I got, kid.
You see that she kind of like looks at you with her bright blue eyes. You can see almost like some natural colors coming back in as she's been taking that medication and helping her out. And at this point, she goes ahead, nods, and you feel her letting go. And at this moment, Jesse goes ahead, and with that, she stands up and she starts to kind of direct and show Charlotte where to go. And at this point, as they're turning to make it back towards that main hall, you're going to see that Charlotte is going to look back almost longingly towards you, Arthur, before she is gone.
Love the way you word that.
You never know. Things could happen.
Yeah, you murder an entire compound to GM, make it up. That's fine.
Fair.
You're going to hear the knocking once more. At this point, Mabel comes out and she says, normally she is so quick. She's probably, well. She turns over towards Bug, towards Caitlin. She says, how long have you known her?
I've been her a few years. About 2 months.
And what was she like before? I'm sorry. I'm sorry I'm getting a little bit personal. You have to understand. She's been through some stuff.
Yeah. Well, she's brave, funny, can quote any movie, front to back, thoughtful, and she knew how to pick on you without making you feel bad.
Let me just be straight with you. We've all been through stuff. God knows we have. But she's taken a little bit harder than most. Just letting you know. She's still a good person. We still love her. Just letting you know. Actually, the only times that she ever smiles is when she's talking about you, the Gully Girls, or her dad.
She's on
But
the other
anyways.
side of the door.
Yeah,
But
it takes her a minute.
she didn't even know you were alive. Give her a good holler.
Yeah. And I'll call out, Harriet!
You'll see that almost as though, like, by just mere chance, the moment the bug says that, you'll see that the door opens up. You hear like a lock, and then you'll see that the door opens up, and you're going to see Harriet dragging herself along her wheelchair up towards the door. And she kind of like looks out, and she sees Mabel first, and she goes, I told you, Mabel, I need OMG.
What?
Harriet. Harriet at this point is sitting within a wheelchair. You're going to notice that she is missing a leg. She has several wounds on her, and you're going to notice that on her head, she's completely shaven of her hair. You're going to notice a scar kind of running along the side of her skull at this point. And you'll see that again, she still has that kind of look about her as you kind of, like you remember her, but it's just a little bit more diminished. You'll see that Harriet comes out. She goes, "Hey, Bug, wait, wait, hold on a second. Bug, pinch me."
Yes, ma'am. I'll pinch her really hard.
You'll see that she starts to laugh and she's just like, oh, uh, honestly, I thought I just died. I've been close a couple times.
You better not. We just found you.
Come on, come in, come in. Sorry, it takes me a while. I usually like to rest a little bit. Come on, please. And with that, she turns her wheelchair kind of moving back, and you'll see that she is, like really well kind of practice using her wheelchair. She pushes the door back, allowing you guys to kind of look in. At this point, you're going to see what would have been once the principal's office. You'll notice that there's only one small light coming from a small lamp sitting up on the desk. You'll see that there's like a bed, a little cot that's kind of there, some clothing on top of it, and you're going to notice that she has the like ham radio, all the connections and everything coming into the room to the principal's office. At this point, she goes ahead and she begins to wheel herself into right behind the principal's desk. So, what are you doing here? I didn't expect it to. Oh my gosh.
I know. I know. Yeah, I think behind the desk, nothing. Like we're on her. I don't know where she thinks she's going.
But. So you're here, and you're both okay.
Yeah.
Wait, what are you doing here? Did I leave mail behind?
You left your whole life behind.
I will say this: never listen to a handsome man on a bike.
I knew it.
I was
I
way
knew it.
ahead of you on that one, girl. We
Oh,
missed
but
you.
you see that she is like, she doesn't know what to say. And at this point, tears are just gathering at the edges of her eye. And she's laughing and smiling, but it's just out of sheer joy, the tears begin to drain. And you'll see that she's just like, I have missed you this entire time. Just wanted to go back. I wanted to go see Dad. I know that Paul's probably missing me at this point. And, in all honesty, why am I such. Oh, God, I'm such a girl right now.
Well, they look up to you. You got this whole place wrapped around your finger. I'm not surprised.
Ah, I don't. Here, let me. Do you drink? Yeah. Well, Caitlin, I know, doesn't drink all that much. Bug, you still drink, right?
What a question is that?
You're right. You're right. You're right. I'm sorry. You'll see that she kind of
Put it
moves
here.
around. She starts popping open the principal's like the desk. She starts opening up these drawers or whatever, and you'll see like things rattling around. And at one point, she goes ahead and pulls out a bottle, bourbon, sets it up on the desk, and goes, "I would offer you a drink, but I don't have any shot glasses. So just take a swig."
I ain't got cooties.
But tell me. Yeah. Sorry. It's a long story. It's for the most part, these people found me, and they've been really nice to me. I I was out, and then I actually was found by, well, you must have seen her already. Valenian. She was
Oh,
able to mend me, and for the most part, yeah, we've been here ever since. others started coming around, and little by little, people trickle in. I don't consider myself a leader or anything like that, but after working at the gully for many years, come on, Caitlin, you were the brains behind the operation, always. I was just the one that had the guts.
Yeah, you did. And you do.
Harry, you should see Caitlin. She's been so cool. We've, I mean, it's been amazing. I mean, we've almost died a couple times, and
Yeah.
yeah, well, but she was really cool, let me tell you.
I mean, Bug saved my life more than once.
Yeah,
Jumped on some dude's back with her mole tattoo, just bam!
yeah, it's nothing.
You'll see that Harriet kind of leans in towards Bug, almost in sheer disbelief, and she's just like, Bug? Is this my sweet little Bug?
I'm grown or whatever.
Bug's got a bite now, that's for sure.
Ah. Anyways, I honestly. Wait. What are you. Wait. Where's Dad?
And Caitlin looks at Bug and Harriet. I was doing a run and I skidded out. It was the middle of the night. I should have stayed with the homesteaders, but I was afraid that if I stayed, they wouldn't let me leave. So I was on the road too long, and the searchers, they found my car, and they followed us back. They followed me back. Albert. He jumped. He stood
What
in
happened,
front.
Caitlin?
He stood in front of them, of their one of their rays, so that we could save. He saved us, and he told me to find you, and I've been looking for you ever since. I swear. I'm so sorry. It was my fault. It was my fault. I should have stayed that night. I shouldn't have been on the road. I'm so
It wasn't
sorry.
your fault. It wasn't,
You
Harry.
see, Harriet goes ahead, grabs the bottle of bourbon, and she launches it across the room. It smashes into the nearby wall, and bourbon and glass falls all over the carpet. You'll see that Harriet is there with these tears just welling up, and her face becomes stoic. And at this point, she looks at both of you and she says, Pa is dead? Because you just get out. Just get out right now.
Harry,
And
no, you.
she runs. She's gone. You can
It,
stay, obviously, but
Bug, I don't mean to be rude to you as a player, but at this point, Harry is just like, get the fuck out! Just get out!
yeah, I'll run after Kate, look back at Harriet, and just leave.
You see that Harriet kind of moves around the table, and you'll see that the door closes with a loud shutting, kind of just a loud bang, and almost shakes the wall for a moment. And you'll see that it goes silent behind the door.
Oh, God.
yeah, she finds whatever room, closet that she can find to hide herself away in, crying, rocking, just saying I'm sorry over and over to no one and everyone.
And Bug, what are you up to?
I will linger by the door for a bit and start walking back towards where I think I saw Caitlin run to. But if I can't really find her or locate her through her cries, I'll try to go towards where we can, hoping that she's
Sure.
there.
You can
Bug, do
probably
a
hear me. She's panicking.
do a search and survey.
Okay, search and survey. I've got a two.
Actually, Caitlin is well hidden. At this point, you're like looking around. You recall like seeing her going down one of the halls, but at this point, you don't know exactly where she's at, and so you're kind of like walking around trying to find Caitlin. What is running through Bug's head right now?
Bug is thinking Harriet was just awesome, and she looked up to her a lot when she got locked at the cave and she came back and Harriet was gone. She was very sad, but she always knew that Harriet was a free spirit and she wouldn't stay for long. She was more like, damn, she didn't take us with her more. So she's just kind of sad and trying to fight Caitlyn, also thinking about that alien because we haven't encountered any good aliens before. But it's like, Harriet's is alive. Where is Caitlyn? Gotta keep an eye out for the alien because we don't know. So she's kind of being attentive and trying to look and be sneaky.
All right. As Bug, as you walk around the corridors of the school, you're going to see that several of the rooms, again, these used to be classrooms, this used to be offices for the administration, have been converted. You're going to see like a storage room, you're going to see basically quarters for individuals. And as you're passing by, you're going to see what would have been the main cafeteria. And in here, you're going to see that they have set up like a lot of cots and beds for people to be able to find like their own little place to sleep. You're going to see that all of these little places, for the most part, the people have their belongings. It's just a few items that they keep and they kind of, treasure above all else. And in the midst of all this, you're going to see like the first time you've seen it in a long time, like a gathering of kids. And you're going to see like, about like 12 kids, and they're all sitting down, like playing, drawing. And amongst their numbers, you're going to see Charlotte, and you'll see that she's like coloring in a book. And you see that she's so happy at this point. And for the most part, there's some good in that, right? That's a good thing.
Do I see Arthur anywhere as well, or any of the other people with Charlotte?
No,
Okay.
you would just see the kids, and like you'd probably see also Jessie. She's standing off to the side talking to someone. But for the most part, that would be the only recognizable face you'd know.
Okay. Um, Bug would just kind of stare. She's not very good with kids, but being kind of still so young. But she'll stare and see how much happiness is here, how much better Charlotte is doing. She's actually having fun with other kids. I hadn't seen kids in forever. Um, and just try to stay, kind of stay there and see if I also can find Caitlin around here.
Sure. Time will pass as that is going to be happening. And again, you're just kind of caught looking at these kids, just being optimistic. And for the most part, you can almost imagine, that the end of the world had never occurred. These are kids just gathered here before in their like lunch break kind of scenario. But we are going to go and turn back towards the nurse's office. Arthur, your two
Yep.
companions at this point are in states of being knocked out or just in sheer awe of the individual in the room. One, is probably drunk, and it's not Ezra. The other one is probably in awe, and it's not Ezra. But what do you do? You're going to see that this creature, Valinyan, goes ahead and moves over towards Ezra, kind of laying a hand upon his head. And at this point, you hear her kind of humming a song.
Hmm.
It has its melody, its pitches and lows and things like that, but you don't really recognize what the song is. In the interim, you see that Ezra almost seems to be like calming down. First, his body was tense, and you'll notice now like more relaxed. And Clint is probably talking up a storm in his drunken stupor.
Yeah, is that what's happening? No. Yeah, no. Arthur would have really kind of not taken his eyes off Melania. I think he part of the reason he let Charlotte go is in case his mistrust is validated in any moment, and he had to take action on that. So, trusting that it was maybe better for her to be out of the room given the situation, and he just kind of leaning against the wall, kind of watching, and arms crossed, and as he sees the comfort portion of it kind of take over Ezra or seep into Ezra, then he's kind of a little less cautious, but there's still just that part of it that he can't quite let go. So he's also kind of getting his bearings of the room, like what if it's just the one exit, if there's anything else around that can be used, if kind of checking himself over if there's any if his items are ready and that kind of thing. But he's more of kind of just standing guard on the room than anything, not fully trusting, and also being ready to hear and listen if anyone from the rest of the team like calls out or if trouble kind of kicks off.
You'll see that Valenian is completely focused on Ezra. Like her sight, her eyes, her hands are touching Ezra and trying to, again, soothe him. But you do hear her, and she says, "Please forgive me if I make you feel unsafe. It is not my intention."
Well, perhaps if you showed up before the crab monster, I would have been a little less on edge. But I guess we have to take what we can get in this world.
Ah, an ik mak. I'm so sorry for their species, for what my people have done to theirs. You have to understand, we are not all the same purpose.
Is she saying that out loud or in his head?
No, she's saying it out loud.
Well, I guess picked an interesting time in my life to try to be understanding, given the end of the world came. But my wife used to tell me to use both eyes and ears and not just tuck out my ass before I knew what was going on. So I can see that you're trying to help, and if all I can ask for is a little bit of peace in my friends, then I'll give trust a moment at a time, if you don't mind.
You'll see that she continues to focus in on Ezra, kind of allowing some silence to dwell there for a moment. And she comes on and she says, "It's interesting. I have tended to many humans, but I've never seen any of them talk out of their ass. Is that normal?"
Well, I suppose if you hang around Clint and I long enough, you'd be surprised what you see.
By long enough,
Well,
he
then.
means 5 minutes. And Ezra cracks a grin at that.
You'll see that Valinian goes ahead and her hands glow, and that glow kind of falls upon Ezra. Ezra, recover 2 HP loss if you have any,
I definitely do.
and you're feeling much, much better. You'll see that as the glow begins to die down, it kind of seems almost absorbed into Ezra, and Ezra just goes back to normal, but you'll see that his wounds are healed. He feels or looks a little bit better. At this point, you'll see that Valinian turns and looks over towards Clint and begins to make her way towards him.
Clint?
Clint hears Arthur say his name, and it kind of, he's not asleep, he's more enjoying his drunkenness in the moment, but it's awfully bright in here. If only he had a pair of sunglasses, he was thinking to himself, things would be so much better. He then kind of hears the approaching footsteps of somebody, and he kind of lifts his arm up just enough to get one eye open, and then that eye immediately snaps open. And I want you to assume from this point on because I don't want to blow out anyone's ears, but he is drunkenly yelling at this point. He immediately stumbles off the far side of the boat. Whoa, whoa, what the fuck? He then throws his flask at Valinia, trying to delay her long enough for him to get 10 feet away from Valinia. It's not pretty. He stumbles over himself, but when he comes to a full standing, he's got the pistol in his hand. What the fuck is that doing
Whoa,
here?
whoa, whoa, whoa.
I was
Clint.
thinking-
No, no, no,
Yeah,
no, no,
Arthur
no, no.
would've-
Don't you whoa, whoa, whoa.
Wouldn't have
you
said
don't-
anything. He would have just stepped
I-
forward and put himself between Clint and Millennia at that point.
He allows Arthur to get in the way, but is still pointing over Arthur's shoulder. What the fuck is that thing doing here?
She just healed me, Clint. She just
I don't
healed
give a
me.
Fuck?
She's
What is
with
that fucking thing doing here?
she's with
We're
them.
in it. We're in it.
What does that
We're in
mean?
their house, Clint.
Oh yeah?
Yeah.
So that's what we do now, right?
This
That's
isn't.
what we
This
do. We
isn't
make
Castor.
friends
This
with
isn't
them?
the gang. If I
Clint, she's different. She's different.
Yeah, I'm sure. Until the circumstances and situation changes.
and if they do, I'll handle it, Clint. Sit down.
Be the boss.
I
I got a D6 on that.
I am going. This is dead-eyed right back at Arthur.
Yes, Clint, if you want to, you can try either
You
fight under
got
pressure or
damn
talk it out.
right I do. Get my fucking.
Are we
dice back.
are we switching to fight under pressure or just
You ain't gonna-
it's fight
you
under
ain't-
pressure versus be the boss?
You ain't gonna talk to me like that when I've had my corn whiskey. I'll tell you that much right now.
What whiskey, bro?
God.
Moonshine.
I
Yeah,
keep telling him
moonshine.
that wasn't corn.
What are we both doing?
So-
Be the boss.
That's what I said. Be the boss versus
Well,
fight, or we're now both.
Yeah,
fighting?
you
So
said that
fighting now.
you said you were gonna go into knuckle sandwich mode. So
No,
knuckle sandwich or
no. Allow me to be clear. I am not. I will. I am not that drunk. I'm not drunk enough to try to get into a bare knuckle box fight with a guy named Sledgehammer. His friends pleasantly call him Sledgehammer. I'm not drunk. I'm not stupid. But it is. I would say that this is like a stare down. This is for the first time I think that Arthur and Clint, while we've had our disagreements, this is like a fundamental difference of opinion between the two of us.
so be the boss then for both of you. A contest of wills. Ezra, if
Mhm.
you want to join in, I will allow you to support one of them. In doing so, you provide them an additional D6. Who do you want to support, if anybody? By the way, as soon as Clint throws the barrel of moonshine towards Valenian, you'll see that she goes and she retreats immediately, and you see her kind of run off in towards the hall. So she's literally just run out of the room at this point.
Oh, I'm helping Arthur.
Arthur, you got an additional D6. Good luck.
Thanks. Oh, good. That's 2 6s.
Fuck!
Yeah.
It's a 4 and a 2.
Oh no.
A double
6, 6, 5, 1.
six?
Double
That-
six.
Holy
The
shit,
dice is
dude.
smoking.
Yeah.
I think. All right. So like.
Well, give Arthur a chance to kind of like
Yeah,
say
please,
his
please.
his bit.
I'll say. You can say your piece.
Yeah, so he would let that part out and then take a breath and be like, I didn't leave you in the dark back then. I didn't leave you hanging in Castor's garage. I won't leave you hanging now. You trust me like I've trusted you 100 goddamn times. You sit your ass down and get better, and I will handle it if it goes wrong. You know that.
I think at this point, it's a stare down. It's a good 5-second stare down, and it's not a response. It's he turns to the side and he spits. And his ego, I think in this drunken state at which we find Clint, his ego won't
Drunken,
let
shattered,
him-
reckless, you mean?
Yeah, exactly. His ego his ego won't let him sit down and do as he is told, and I think he just storms out of the room. I think he doesn't sit down, but he storms out.
Arthur, Ezra, how do you guys react?
Ezra just kind of stands there and watches him go. Let him go, Arthur. He's entitled to feel that way after everything we've been through.
He's goddamn entitled, all right.
Now is not the time, Arthur. Now is not the time.
You'll see that. You'll see, or sorry, you'll hear actually footsteps moving towards the nurse's office around the corner. You're going to see several of the guys that you had been brought, that had brought you here towards the base, and you're going to see them wielding handguns. And you're going to see one of them by the name of Joel Whiskey. Whiskey kind of comes out, and he's just like, "All right, what happened here?"
Well, we picked up a group of strangers that had got attacked by monsters for the past 2.5 months. And then you put something that could scare the shit out of them in their face. And with no warning, nothing but a chance to react. So
Are you guys understood? But you guys, come on. Why would we bring you here if we wanted to do anything untowards you?
Have you been across this country lately?
I'm sorry, you're the only one afflicted by this?
No, what I'm
I
saying...
got a school here filled with people.
What I'm saying is there are people out there, not like you, who have tried to fuck shit up for other people. So forgive us if we're a little on edge.
On edge, I can understand. But the fact of the matter is that someone threw something at Val Enyon, and she is only here to help. So I do apologize if I don't necessarily seem at ease with you right now. And at this point, you see that Whiskey calls in several other gents, and he's like, "Come on, let's go."
I thought I was the one on edge. Wow.
And at this point, you're going to see that as they're kind of walking you guys out towards the hall, River, she's still kind of in one of the beds, kind of there unconscious. And again, if anybody turns towards her, you're going to see that Whiskey comes out and he goes, "She'll be fine. Just go." And at this point, as you come out into the hall, you're going to see that Clint, you were definitely obstructed by someone or someone's. And at this point, you're going to see that they have their weapons trained on you, and they're like, "Drop your gun now."
Clint takes the pistol and he starts the slide. Click, 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 click. And bullets are just coming out of it. He unloads the entire clip, drops it out, drops it to the floor, and looks right back at them.
Clint, do what they
There we
say.
go. Oh, I'll do what they say. I respect their house. I won't respect whatever the fuck that was.
Clint, do you trust me?
I trust every single one of you.
Then listen to me and stand down.
Oh, this is...
Clint,
Ezra,
there are
this
things
is
we
me.
don't know, Clint. She's
That
different. I promise you, she's different. Let's hear them out first before we make any decisions.
That don't discount what we don't know. Don't discount what I already know.
And what are you planning on doing? Shooting everyone in here? There's children down the way, Clint. Something different is going on here. Dial it back.
Whatever you say, Ezra. Whatever you say.
You'll see that Whiskey goes ahead and with a wave of his hand kind of commands the others to kind of surround you guys, and at this point begins to walk down the hall, turning down one of the further halls that are kind of connecting to the main hall. And at this point they lead you to one of the schoolrooms. You're going to see that several desks and chairs have been situated. You can see again kind of artifacts demonstrating the fact that someone has been teaching, or at least trying to teach, perhaps the children that are currently here. And you'll see that Whiskey goes ahead and says, "All right, sit down, all of you."
A
At this
please would
point,
help.
Bug, you would see or hear this commotion as it's going on.
In the hallway while I'm in the room with the kids.
Yeah,
Okay.
like if you ever been like to like middle schools, like a big cafeteria, you have like several points of entry into the cafeteria. You're probably standing like by one of them, and then you'll hear all of this commotion coming down from the hall. And you're like, I recognize that voice.
I'll poke my head out, see if it's safe to come out. What's going on? Do I see like the guns trained onto Clint, all that stuff?
Oh yeah, yeah. You'll see like the guns trained on Clint, and then all of a sudden like Whiskey telling him to follow him towards the other room.
Um, I'll call into the room to Charlotte and just yell out, Charlotte!
You'll see that Charlotte like looks up, and you see her with a smile, and she's like, "Yeah, look!" And she lifts up her coloring book, and it's not great art. Like it's terrible. Like she's all over the place. Lines are all over the place. But
It in the fucking Louvre.
you'll see that it has like colors now. Now there's a mixture of purples and reds. And then she's like pointing. She goes, "Bug, look! I drew you! I drew you!"
Um, Bug will smile very awkwardly and be like, stay right there, finish your drawing, I'll be right back.
And you'll see that she kind of smiles and she goes, "I do art. I do art." And she starts just drawing again.
I'll start trying to inch my way towards the hallway and try to follow the group without being too obvious about it, if it's possible.
Of course, of course. At this point, Caitlin, you've been in the closet for some time.
Sorry.
It's okay.
Okay,
Let's reset.
I'm an adult now. I
There-
apologize.
There, a lot of bad memories
Yeah.
converge on you. A lot of bad emotions.
Oh,
You feel that
a woman who I love in a wheelchair blaming me for shit that I actually didn't do and throwing bottles of liquor at me? You don't say. Whew,
I mean,
yeah.
that happens to me almost every Tuesday, but it's fine. It's fine.
This is a
But-
Wednesday.
Oh God. At this point, the word stung. Seeing her stung. It's less of the joyous occasion you're hoping for. It's more of maybe would have been better not to have seen her. Maybe would have been better to just have bypassed all of this. Is your hoodie up?
Oh yeah, of course. Yeah, to cocoon, like the feeling is so visceral. It's like, you know, the theory that we're living all moments simultaneously. That is the feeling. You know, it's indistinguishable what just happened versus what has happened throughout her life, and to the point where I think it becomes surreal. You know, it's not that she's having like a mental break, but that it's almost like being unmoored. And at some point she stands up holding her backpack straps and wanders the halls a little bit, finds another classroom, sits down at a desk with her backpack, again, like completely unmoored in time, opens up her bag, and right near the top is Clint's camera. And she takes it out and she's looking at it and she looks at the lens and she can see her face, you know, bifurcated by this crack in the lens. And she digs a little bit deeper into the bag and she pulls out something that she has wrapped in one of her good old grocery bags. It has 6 sides. And she thinks about opening it. She has a pretty good idea of what this thing is, seeing what it did to Bug. But even in this moment, joy is such an anathema. Like, no. Back in, hiding it, bearing it again. And she stands up and she walks to the chalkboard at the front of the classroom. And she has been working on a poem for a little while, not just saying it over and over to herself. And I think she, with a numb hand, picks up the chalk and she writes, "A song without words has a voice which still needs to be heard. In the space where words fail lie the answers to balance the scale." And she gets very fucking angry. And I don't give a fuck. I'm going back to the office. I don't care. I'm going back.
As you begin to make your way out, you are definitely going to hear the commotion. At this point, it is too audible in the hallways for you not to be able to make it out. Kind of looking down the hall, you're going to see that Clint, as well as Arthur, as well as Ezra, are being kind of led down the hall, and you're going to see that Bug kind of comes out just a few more moments later, a few breaths. You'll see that Bug kind of pops out, looking in that direction, and kind of starts heading in that direction as well.
You can hear Clint screaming, "Get my fucking bag! Give me my shit!"
And at this
Yeah.
point, as you're standing there, Caitlin, you look over your shoulder. Behind you is the hall that leads right towards the principal's office. Looking back towards the other opposite end, you're going to see the hall where Bug kind of follows through. You're hearing Clint yell out.
One will fix the other. I keep going. Is there anybody guarding her office right now?
No one's guarding her office. The door just stands there tall, dark, and oak. Old, and you can see that the handle just like tempting you, asking you to draw it open.
Harriet!
No response.
You can't do this to me. I don't deserve this. Not from you. When they unburied Bug, when they got her out of that mine, and I took her home, Tamara was dead. My mom was dead in her wheelchair, and we buried her together. And I never set foot in that place again. You were right about everything. You were right about what she did to me. And what John did to me. And yes, I should have cut their throats in their sleep, but I didn't. I didn't deserve it. And I don't deserve it from you.
You'll see
left
that
me. You left me. You're gonna make it right.
Caitlin at this moment notices that the door is not completely closed. No one answers, but the door's ajar enough that Caitlin could just push it lightly and open it.
The briefest, barest pressure to let the hinges do the work.
You look inside, in a darkened room, with a desk right in the center, a lamp yielding just enough light to cast its brilliance upon that desk. You're going to see Harriet huddled over it, crying intensely, pounding her fist into the desk. I just want to fucking die. I don't want to fucking be here. Pa, it's not my. Why? Why? Why does this fucking happen?
He loved you. But he loved Newcastle. He loved Gullies. He loved a version of life that we weren't gonna have. You were right to leave him. And I would have been wrong if I stayed. I see that now. You did everything right. Sometimes we just lose.
She shakes her head, and you see her just kind of turning her attention towards you. Her eyes are red. You see that she is weary of crying, and at this point, she looks at you, mucus coming out of her nose. She's just a mess, and she's just like, I didn't do anything right. I got swept up, followed a stupid boy, and I was nothing. You were nothing. We're all nothing. And then all of a sudden, the fucking world ends, and I feel adventurous, and I go ahead and I jump on that bike, and I didn't give 3 fucks about you. I didn't give 3 fucks about Bug, and I didn't give 3 fucks about Pa. And look at me. Look what's turned out. I could have fucking gone. I could have gone back. I could have just fucking dragged myself through this fucking snow. Yeah, he's gone. He's gone.
They're all gone. And for me, it's freedom. And I know it's not the same for you. But you were here waiting for us. And we came to find you. We are family. We are kin.
I wasn't waiting for any of you.
I don't care. I don't care. You were here. And I'm here.
I'm here because of what's happened to me, Caitlin. Look at me. Look at what I've become. You see as she kind of looks down, and at this point, she slams her fist against the table.
I wanted to make sure you.
What's up?
I wanted to make sure you didn't fall
I just don't want to
asleep
be
like
here.
you've done in the
I just don't
past
want to be
with
anywhere.
Caitlin sometimes. That's all. It's just sorry.
You know what? And I've never told you this.
Go ahead.
No.
Let me have
no,
it.
No. I'm gonna tell you something. And I never fucking told you. And I never told Bug, and I never told anybody. But Pa loved you more than he did me.
No.
Yes. He fucking loved you. He didn't try to fucking stop me. He didn't do anything to help me out.
Albie loved me for what I could do.
Albert
loved
loved you
you
like
for
his
who you
own fucking
are.
daughter.
That's because I did everything that he said.
Do you remember the
And he
night that I
didn't-
left? Do you remember
Yeah.
the night that I left? Okay? He came up to me. And I told him, Pa, I need to go. And do you know what he told me before I left? Good. Kaylin is a better daughter than you are.
The last thing I told him was I was a bad one. Life's fucking funny, huh?
just fucking cracking up over here.
Yeah. Barely laughs.
You'll see that Harriet goes ahead, leans back into her chair, and she slaps the table. Not hard, just kind of letting her hand drop. And she's looking at you, and she's just like, life's like a fucking box of chocolates. Some asshole's gonna eat them all the fuck up, and you're not gonna get shit.
Yeah. So what do you want to do now? You can hate me, but it burns a lot of calories.
I've been looking to lose some weight. I'm sitting on a chair all day. You'll see that she kind of goes ahead, and her shoulders slump a bit, and she moves from behind the desk and kind of rolls herself forward towards you. And she goes, and as she approaches, you'll see that she kind of just throws herself around you, wrapping you
See?
in her arms, and she's just like, "Fucking hate you, because I love you so fucking much."
Everybody who ever loved me hates me.
That's because they can't love you enough. It's like when you fill a glass with too much milk and you add more milk, some of that milk falls out. It's just you have a point where people just love you too much, and just some of it fills out. And it's sad because we want to keep all that love there.
I will do whatever you need me to do to make this right. But don't think for 1 second that I don't need you.
You'll see that she goes ahead. She wraps her arms a little tighter against you. She digs her head into you a little bit tighter. And she pulls back and she looks up at you and she says, "You've never needed me, Caitlin. You've never needed me." Anyways, if you want a drink, I think some of it's still on the floor.
Yeah,
If we
let's
drench out this rug, we could probably pull it out.
lap it up like a dog. It'll make you smile.
And you'll see that she goes ahead and you see her again. Her face is stained with tears that she's been holding into or onto for many, many years. And for the most part, you'll see that she just lets it all out. And at this point, she offers a smile, and it's the most sincerest and warmest smile that you've ever gotten from Harriet. For a moment in the shadow, in the silhouette, as she's kind of standing in front of the light, you could almost see her as she used to be, far more carefree and happy. And a remnant of that is still can be found within her at this moment.
Harriet, those men I came with, I think they made a mess of things. As they're wont to do. I think we gotta... If you got a walkie-talkie or something, tell your boys to go easy on them, maybe. Please don't knock around.
She goes ahead and you'll see her smirk for a moment. And she goes, "You know, honestly, the world goes to tits, and it's the men that still act like savages."
It's because they don't make Kleenex anymore to wipe their noses.
That's not even the half of it. And at this point, you'll see that Harriet goes ahead and she actually opens the door to the office and she starts rolling herself down into the hall. And she's just like, "Let's go find your crew and find out what's happening. Probably just a misunderstanding." And I think that that's going to be a perfect moment for a break.
Sounds good.
Ooh.
What?
And we're back.
Awesome. So, we are going to be taken to the room where you're going to see that Arthur, Clint, as well as Ezra are kind of being led in. At this point, you're going to see that several of the individuals are carrying weapons, guns, not pointed directly at them, but held in hand just in case of emergency. At this point, they kind of filter the guys into the room, and you'll see that Whiskey kind of walks over towards them and says, "All right, sit down and be quiet."
No.
Nate, let's.
You'll see that Whiskey goes ahead and takes a step right up to Arthur.
Arthur will close the gap.
You'll see that Whiskey is an older guy. You'll see that he kind of has that look, an individual that probably has served at some point or another, and just stares down at Arthur and at this point says, "If you're going to be belligerent, I will treat you like a belligerent animal. You walked into our house, we treated you, and your friend decided to go ahead and attack one of ours. In all honesty, I don't see a reason not to put bullet holes in you."
With all due respect, given everything that's gone on, certainly you can understand why we're on edge.
So, sit down and be quiet.
A please
Same
would not.
Damn, please come out of your mouth. You want to talk about belligerent? You take a man that's been through what you've seen he's been through, obviously self-medicating, and you throw that shit in his goddamn face and you don't expect a reaction? I'm ready to calm down. Back the fuck off. Figure it out. And start with please.
Be the boss.
Whew. 1, 4, 6.
Ah, nice.
Should always know when he starts with a
Oh,
one,
I did use a
so we're
hero.
gonna be fine.
I did use a hero point for that, though, just in case. Thankfully.
You'll see at this point, Whiskey goes ahead, draws up his gun, and he has it just kind of right on his side. And he goes and he says, "Please, sit the fuck down and shut up."
I don't even. Wait, what are we doing with like middle school chairs? Like, what do we?
Yeah, so like middle school chairs, kind of off of the
So
desk.
fucking
where,
chair I
like-
can't even sit in anyway.
Well. These aren't the ones that bring the actual desk with it. Don't worry about it. That was back in the 80s. No. These are just like regular chairs, colored chairs. The one with the little 3 holes in the back, made out of plastic. So yeah, you could sit on it. Might not be comfortable in the long term, but you definitely could sit on it.
I'm going to pick the chair and spin it around and sit on it, not the proper way you're supposed to, but very Captain America. Turn it around and put my arm on one and lock eyes with Whiskey and is that better? Do you feel safe and secure now? You shouldn't. You got one of those things in your house.
Clint,
You'll see that Whiskey doesn't even look at Clint. He just keeps his eyes on Arthur.
See? Please get you a long way. Nice and cordial like. And he won't break eyes either. He'll just step back and grab the chair and sit in it kind of perfectly postured and straight. Like he's in a fucking fight press conference.
As the 3 of you kind of find your way to sitting down, which I assume Ezra's going to be sitting down as well.
yeah.
You'll see that Whiskey goes ahead, lowers the gun, looks over towards his guys, kind of walks out the door, sets up a couple of dudes to just stand there. They have their guns kind of just held out. They're not like threatening or anything, but again, just have it in hand in case they need it. And at this point, you're going to hear someone kind of in the hall call out and says, "What are you doing here?" And at this point, Bug, you're going to see that one of the members, the guy by the name of Cole, young guy, has blonde hair shaved on the sides of his head. He kind of like stops you for a moment, and he's just like, "What are you doing here?"
Oh, hey, nothing. Just walking around. Just finished talking with Harriet. We're pals. Anyways, I'm just yeah. Where's my crew? Just what's your name, by the way?
Cole,
What's up? Oh, hey, buddy, and I'll give him a little knock. What's up?
you see at this point, Cole just doesn't know how to react. And as before he even opens his mouth, you're going to see that Whiskey kind of walks by him, and he goes, "Just let her through. She's with them." And you'll see that Cole's like, "Fine, fine. All right, your friends are in there. Just don't make a loud noise, okay? Don't make a ruckus."
Me? No, of course not. I'm not loud at all. All good, man. All good.
And so they'll go ahead and let you in, and you'll see that you guys are joined by Bug, who kind of like shows up.
What's up, guys? What I miss?
Bug, if you could just sit down, please. Thank you.
Okay.
See, there's please again.
Yeah, they have an alien here.
Totally saw her. Yep. Weird. Them? They. Yeah. Yeah, I did see them.
Good.
What?
What do you mean, why?
What did you, why? Why did you bring her up? What's going on?
There
I'm
has
sorry. Perhaps I have been the only one out there in the real world. Do you remember how this group got started? You remember that sweet old
Yep.
man ran the bar? Yeah, he was annihilated by one of them,
right.
along with a lot of other people.
Right.
And Clint, something bigger is going on here.
Mm-hmm.
I can connect with them. She feels different. Let's hear them out.
I'll be happy to hear them out. I am not playing in my home court. But if you think for 1 second I am going to play nice with it, that I am going to accept it, that I'm going to say, oh, it's one of the good ones. Is it?
I didn't need you to play nice, Clint. I need you to play fucking smart. And yet here we are.
Shut the fuck up, Arthur. All right. I know we all have to play Kumbaya and we're in someone else's house and you're going to
I don't give a fuck about Kumbaya, Clint. I care about being on the fucking clock and taking care of people. Playing it smart. Knowing that I need to watch my back and not be fucking loud about it. That's what I need to do.
Clint.
Should not have come here then.
Clint, she healed me. If they wanted to kill us, they...
That's a good one.
I just love everybody's commitment to this fucking episode. The love that remains. That's all.
I love the way that you make me sweat, Arthur.
That was so weird. Sorry, where did I fall out?
You were leaning
We-
forward
you-
to
we
speak to
didn't-
Clint.
Yeah,
Arthur was about to
exactly.
punch Ezra for some odd reason. I don't know
yeah,
why.
you were.
Suplex.
Clint
Yeah,
grabbed
sorry.
the chair and was about to throw it at Ezra, and then Bug
Yes,
threw out the grenade.
we're no longer streaming.
Arthur's dead, man.
It's
Yeah.
Anyway, we started blasting, and I rolled once.
Wait, okay, so the stream died too? Because it says
We
we're
Yeah.
had to. Yeah, we.
Yeah, just get us back up and running.
working on that momentarily. Okay, looks like it's a paid promotion right now.
Wouldn't that be amazing?
What the hell?
Yeah, I mean we're live right now, so just for the record.
We are back now.
Yep.
Yes,
Are
we are. Yeah, we're good.
All right.
It's-
Oh,
From-
that's because I'm in the VOD. I'm not in the live.
All right, sorry about
Okay,
that,
here we go.
everybody who's watching. Sadly, we had a little technical issue, but we're
and,
back.
And viewers, this is going to be on. If you watch this on Twitch, it will be in 2 segments because I had to stop OBS and restart it. I will splice those together for YouTube.
Perfect.
Okay, that was very, very, very bizarre. Because
No worries.
because my charger's completely plugged in too. What is going on?
Well, I would say just take a couple breaths and then drop back in.
Yeah, I believe we left off where you were describing that.
She
Different.
healed you.
Oh,
she
right.
healed
Yeah.
you.
Clint.
Yep.
She healed me. She's different. I've spoken with her. Let's find out what's going on. There are 3 sides to everything. My version, your version, and the truth. So let's see what's happening before we do anything insane. Because we will not make it out of here alive if we decide to do that.
I think Clint sets his jaw, hearing that, kind of chews on the inside of his cheek. Keep it the fuck away from me. And I will sit back and kind of end the conversation.
At this point, you're going to see we're in the halls. You'll see that Harriet is leading Caitlin, kind of leading her towards the rooms where the boys could be found. And you're going to see that Whiskey comes up in the middle of the hall, kind of stops for a moment, looks over, and he's just like, Harriet, we have a couple of troublemakers. Harriet comes out, kind of like looks at him and says, what happened? Apparently, one of them got a little excited seeing Valenian and tossed a jug at her. And she comes out and she's just like, okay, let's go talk to her first, and then we'll take care of your friends.
Okay.
Whiskey, make sure that nothing happens to them. Just give them food, drink, whatever they need. Just make sure that they're taken care of. We're not going to harm them. Let's go find Valenian. Do you know where she's at? You'll see that Whiskey goes ahead, nods, and he's pointing towards the cafeteria area. And you'll see that she goes and Harriet begins to move in that direction, heading towards the cafeteria. Caitlin,
Okay.
as you're following her, sorry, and I do apologize, just to set you up, as you're following her, you're going to enter these double doors that are open, and as you do, you're going to see the cafeteria for the first time. It's huge, like, again, a cafeteria within a middle school. You're going to see that the kitchen is open, people are offering food and snacks and things like that. You're going to see cots lying around the walls, and towards the center, you're going to see several tables. You're going to see children kind of gathered there. It's the first time you've seen a lot of children in one place, and so it's just kind of, you hear the kids laughing and talking. One of them starts to cry, runs off. One of the adults comes over, tries to, like, take care of them and everything else between. And you're going to see that just off of the table, like off center from the table, you're going to see that Balin Yen is sitting there, and you're going to see that several children are kind of like talking to her, playing with her, and she's like singing the song, and the song just carries, and for the most part the kids seem to be calm and enjoying it, but you'll see that Charlotte is sitting off to the side, almost like suspicious. Actually, you know what, I'll say that she's actually even hiding underneath the table, and she's like drawing her coloring book but keeping an eye on Valenian as she's doing so.
Harriet, do you wanna
wasn't
And she,
gone that long.
no, God, no. No, you know me, never. Charlotte, honey.
You'll see that the moment Charlotte hears you, she like pops up from underneath in a hurry, and then she like runs over towards you, but she stops. Like she's gonna run around the table. Seeing Valenjen, she goes ahead and decides, okay, no, I'm not gonna go that way. She goes back under the table, crossing over, and she looks so clumsy as she's trying to navigate the bottom of the table. And then she pops up on the other side and she runs towards you, and she has her coloring book, and she's just like, Caitlin, look, look, I drew another picture. It's you. It's Arthur. Oh, look, here's Clint. And in the picture is just again, it's just a distortion of different colors. Nothing's solidified.
I see that clear as day. Well, uh, this is my friend Harriet, and this is Charlotte. She's been traveling with us. She's been a big help, haven't you?
You'll see that Charlotte looks at Harriet. Harriet goes ahead and offers like the warmest smile that she possibly can. And she goes, Hey, kiddo. And you'll see that Charlotte just looks like stops. And at this moment, she looks at Harriet and then she runs right behind you. And she kind of like holds up next to you, like right behind you as she would with Arthur.
Yeah. Honey, we're gonna meet Harriet's friend, but I was a little nervous to do it alone. Could you let me hold you so I don't get scared?
She tugs at your pants. And she's doing this as she's holding her coloring book and several crayons in her hands, by the way. So eventually your pants are going to definitely have marks. She comes on and she's just like, No, no, stay here, stay here. Scared.
And I look at Harriet like exasperated, like I know how to deal with this, but it's not the right way to deal with this, so I can't like yeah, just kind of crossing my arms, being like,
You'll see that Harriet goes ahead and she's just like, Give me a minute. Uh, hey, Charlotte, kiddo, do you like candy? And you'll see that Charlotte like pokes her head again, kind of mimicking the same way that she does it with Arthur, poking her head like from behind you. And Harriet's like, I happen to have the best tasting candy all around. And she pulls out a Snickers, and you're gonna see like she has it, and she's like, "Look, have you seen one of these?" And you'll see that Charlie like looks at it for a moment, and she tugs at your pants, and she goes, "What is that?"
it's a candy. It's big enough for all of us to share too.
Is it
Told you
good?
she was a oh yeah. Told you Harriet was a friend of mine. I wouldn't lie to you.
She tugs on your pants, trying to get your attention. Can you ask her to give us the candy?
I think if you sit with us, I think she'll be able to give it. We can all share.
You'll see that Charlie's just like looking at you with her blue eyes, and she's just like mesmerized at this moment, and she's like, "Okay."
All right. And bring your paper. Bring your crayons.
Harriet kind of scoffs for a moment, and she goes ahead and tosses you the candy, and she's just like, "See, I've always told you I would have been the best aunt. Either you or Bug, one of you would have had kids. I would have been there.
That would be my witness. All right.
I would have been the sexy aunt. Yeah."
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. All right, lead on. And yeah, I'll sit and start to break the candy up into 4 pieces for us and this person, this being.
You'll see that as Harriet approaches, Valenian kind of already recognize what's happening. And at this point, she stands up. She stands taller than almost anyone else in this room. And at this point, she walks over towards Harriet. You'll see that she keeps her hands in her sleeves, and she looks down towards Harriet. And you'll see that Harriet comes on, and she's just like, Valenian, look, I apologize for what happened. They just didn't know. You can't blame them. You'll see that Valenian goes ahead and says, I know. I felt their pain. I felt their fear. And I don't blame them at all. I just wish I could do something to help.
Are you the healer here?
You'll see that she turns towards you, and you can see through her eyes it actually reflects your image. And you'll see that she's looking at you, and you can feel almost as though she's looking right through you. And at this point, she goes ahead and she says, Ah, a gully girl, Caitlin.
I look at Harriet. I was like, you could not shut up about us, could you?
You know, I drink a little, words come out, things happen, you know?
Oh, I know. Yes, ma'am. Caitlin Bragg. It's, nice to meet you.
You'll see that she goes ahead and she draws out a hand from her sleeves, and she kind of holds it over you for a moment, and she says, I feel a lot of hurt, pain. I'm so sorry.
Yeah, me too.
You'll see that Harriet goes ahead and like elbows you, and she's like, these things you have to understand, they kind of sense you. They sense your emotions. And on top of that, you look like you really could use a drink.
Yeah, we'll get to that. Look, ma'am, I just want to say that I'm really sorry that everything went pear-shaped. I'm sorry I wasn't there to help. Sometimes I can help. Sometimes there's nothing I can do.
It's fine. You have a good heart, a good center. Sadly, your friends, one of them is unbalanced. A lot of pain marks who he is. He will need to go and attempt to repair that, make peace with that pain, find the balance.
Yeah. Harriet, I gotta get them back into your infirmary. They can't be sitting there.
Harry goes ahead and then looks towards Valenyen and just goes ahead and says, all right, Valenyen, although you're okay, right? You'll see that Valenyen goes ahead and nods, and Harriet goes ahead and turns and goes, all right, let's go get your... Hold on a second. It's you, Bug, and how many guys?
3. And then the girl.
Are you starting a harem?
Stop it! Oh, God.
You'll see that Harriet goes ahead and like chuckles at this. He's like, come on, let's go get your friends.
Okay. Maybe just, Ms. Valenyan, ma'am, maybe just give me a minute. I'll filter them out to you, if that's okay.
You'll see that she goes ahead and nods, and with that, she agrees.
Okay. Thanks.
Harriet begins to lead you towards the passages once more, back towards the halls. And as she's going along, she's just like, I leave you for some time. Look what you've gotten yourself into. What was that?
Well,
What was that boy's name? The one that you really liked?
Which one? The one for my nursing job, or
Who's calling you?
doesn't matter?
Oh, it does. Because it just seems as the world goes, shit faced, here goes Caitlin, and she becomes a conqueror.
I went to plug it in. I see you
You're
in this
right.
And she just continues like rolling down, and again, she's just like, again, taking little punches at you, like, little jabs. And for the most part, it almost feels like it used to. As she comes up towards the door, you'll see that she goes ahead and the two guards present themselves, and you'll see that she goes, "All right, stand down. You can leave them with me." You'll see that they go ahead and move out. And at this point, Arthur, Ezra, Bug, as well as Clint, you're going to see uh, Harriet coming into the room, and right behind her is Caitlin.
Hi.
Hello.
Clint
Having a
has
good
his
time?
arms folded across the back of the chair, and his head is like this. And he just gives a half-hearted wave.
I
Yeah,
think we're
I'll,
doing okay now.
Good. That's something. Bug, you wanna take Ezra to talk to our new friend? With the
Muted.
oh no.
Oh my gosh, it happened to Arthur, now it's happening to Bug?
Yeah, right?
Oh no.
Can you hear me now?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yes.
Can you hear me okay?
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
Um,
So our friend with the
Ask the friend with the what?
eyes, big eyes.
Oh,
I'm,
yes.
I'm not trying to say the alien or say her name.
Right. As I walk past, I want to like look towards Caitlin and just kind of be like, "Are you okay? Are we okay?"
The Gully's girls are gonna have a night. Just hang tight.
Okay. What is Harriet doing? Is she there as well?
Yeah. Harriet's actually there. She's standing there, or sorry, she comes in and she kind of like looks at the guys. And at this point, as she's like looking at Ezra, kind of looks over towards Arthur, lets out a whistle, kind of looks over at Clint, and it goes, "Ooh, that's a bad deal right there, Caitlin. Deal."
That's the hand I got dealt. We can talk later.
1 out of 3 ain't bad.
No,
All right.
no.
So, yeah, y'all go out. Does Harry go with? I think, yeah, probably, right?
Yeah, Harriet will go. Kind of take Bug with her.
And then approaching Arthur. Have fun.
Oh, it's been a blast.
Well, Charlotte's in the cafeteria, and I regret to inform you, she has had refined sugar.
Well, hopefully it does more good than harm.
At this point, I think it will.
I'm sure that she could use a little bit of boosted it can provide at this point.
You wanna go check up on her? I got this.
Yeah. Somebody ought to. Clearly, I ain't got the goddamn reins anymore. Let me just walk out.
Clint McCarthy.
You rang.
What the fuck are you doing out of bed?
The fuck am I doing out of bed? I'm just gonna lift his head up. So you're on their side, huh?
Where do you see me standing right now? With you.
About to give
What did
me a
they do?
lecture.
What did they do to you?
The people here or the alien race?
Dealer's choice.
People here ain't giving me no guff. I have no problem with them whatsoever, except for the fact that they've made strange bedfellows with the very same people that have put us all in the predicament that we are currently in. I get that the rest of them feel okay, all kumbaya, with the concept of taking what those aliens can give us and showing that this alien has compassion and realizes that, oh, maybe they're not all that bad. But the problem is that I can't forget the things that have happened. Do you know why I'm here? Not here in the physical sense of in this building. I was walked here against my will. Do you know how I survived?
I think she'll walk up and you're sitting backwards in the chair
Yeah.
and she'll kneel down in front of you, looking up at you. I got nothing but time.
I was assigned to a group of Marines, 5 of them. Brave boys, every last one of them. And they didn't make it here because of them. They're still holding the line, even in death. I survived because they died. They died because of those aliens. Not to mention the bodies that we left along the way. And I'm not talking about a couple or a loved one or a good friend. I'm talking hundreds of people dead. And now you sit here, they sit here and say, it's okay because this is one of the good ones. How do you square that circle? Is it because they can give us something? Is it because they want to make peace? Well, of course they want to make peace now. Well, I'm not okay with it, and I never will be. So you can get your healing or your whatever, your sympathy from that alien. You can love that thing as much as you want. Matter of fact, I'll keep my fucking mouth shut. Sit here. I won't say another word, and we can walk out of here, fresh, clean shirts, all healed up and bandaged up and ready to go. You just keep that thing far away from me.
Clint, you're not wrong. I don't think you've been wrong once since I met you. You asked me to trust you. And I have ever since. Do you agree?
He reluctantly nods his head. I don't know.
I know you've been hurt. And I know that your skin is screaming. I know that your head is pounding. And I know that your heart is ground to dust. I'm not asking you for anything. Let me find a place here where you can rest. On your terms. I will take care of you myself. I will ask them for supplies. I will do what I can. I will take care of you. If you let me.
Clint swallows a lump in his throat, hearing Caitlin, knowing deep inside of him that it is wrong to feel the way that he feels right now. But there's just so much anger and hatred between where he is and where he needs to be. And there's not a lot of forgiveness on that road. And he looks at you, Caitlin, in the eyes. And he softens. And he nods his head a few times. All right.
Thank you.
I trust you.
It's not misplaced. I'm gonna take care of everything. I promise.
All right.
And yeah, I will. If there is a private place where I can put a cot, I will attempt to get whatever medical supplies that I can and try to help Clint recover away from everyone else.
This classroom is technically going to be your room. So at this point, yeah, they'll be more than happy to go ahead and bring in cots and supplies and stuff
And I'm
like that.
keeping everybody out. There, nobody's crossing this threshold. I'm dragging the cot. I'm doing all of that.
Gotcha, gotcha.
And yeah, just treat your wounds the best I can, clean them, get you your blanket. All right. I've done all I can, but now you need to sleep, okay?
Clint is kind of sitting at the end of the, kind of on the side of the bed next to you, bandaged up as best as Caitlin can. A head full of liquor and anger. But he's looking down at his hands. And he's kind of rubbing his fingertips. Did the camera make it?
I have it.
Looks
I'm gonna clean
over.
it- I'm gonna clean it up. And I'll give it back to you tomorrow. I promise. You just need to rest.
He's going to relent. And he lays on his side in the bed. Tucks his arm underneath his head and tries to find a way to drift into a dreamless sleep.
And yeah, she's like whispering silently to herself, like, stay cool, everything's fine. And turns the light off as she leaves the room and goes to find Bug and Harriet.
Prior to that, go ahead and do for me a either be the boss or do science. Do science in order to like really do medical treating on this guy, or
Yes.
be the boss to like, hey, here are bandages, shut up and heal.
I actually do have a Pip and do science, so I'll spend one heroism, so it'll be 3d6. Actually, very rarely roll successes, so let's see what we get. One of them fell out the box. One, 2, 6.
Nice.
That's good.
Clint, you're going to be recovering two wounds.
Good enough. Good enough for Clint.
So, hey, it's the same that Ezra got healed, so you
Yeah.
know.
So at this point, you're going to see that Harry kind of leads Arthur, Bug, and Ezra towards the cafeteria. You're going to see the children playing. You're going to see that Valinyan stands there, and she is just singing a song. Ezra, you kind of hear the song before everybody else, more so within your thoughts than anything else. And again, it's a song that seems to, again, the melody is one which seems to be older than the cosmos themselves. It just seems to like generate from some plane of existence that you're not really 100% understanding. But you understand that the song that is being sung is one that has almost a effect of calming and healing. And so at this point, as you kind of step in, you're going to hear the song long before that. And even as you're turning the corner to step into the cafeteria, you're going to hear Valin Yen kind of saying your name inside of your mind. Welcome back, Ezra.
Um, Ezra doesn't really respond. Maybe the slightest incline of his chin.
By the time you turn the corner, you'll see her sitting there, and she's looking over the children, kind of like singing to them. You'll see that several of the children are kind of infatuated with her, hanging out with her. And you'll see that the only one that seems to be apart from the group happens to be Charlotte, who's kind of sitting off to the distance, and again tucking underneath the table, like keeping a little barrier. But you're going to see that she is furiously like drawing and inside of her coloring book at this point. Um, and yes, the moment that she sees Arthur, she is going to literally run, like tripping over herself, forgetting her coloring book, turning back, grabbing it, running back, and she's going to be furiously running towards Arthur.
He'd bend down and pick her up in his arms.
Arthur, I had look, I pictures. I got another one. Look, this one is me and Bug, and we're holding hands. And you see this rainbow right here? You see that?
I can see all that. Look at you.
And look, we both have chocolate. We both have chocolate. Have you ever had chocolate?
I've had it a few times. I take it you've had your fair share.
Can I have more chocolate?
Maybe a little bit later. Let's start with what we have. I don't want you to get a tummy ache and then ruin all the fun of chocolate.
I love chocolate. I just want to tell you that.
I'll
And you
tell
see,
a secret. It's my favorite too.
and at this point, she starts flipping pages, and you're going to see almost exactly like to what you had seen her do with Clint's journal. It's like every page she just starts drawing, and it's just this exciting drawing. And again, the colors are like just kind of coming into each other. It's not exactly coherent. There's nothing to it, but she will stop on every single page, Arthur, and she tells you every single story about every single drawing that she has done. And at this point, you might see like a pattern where like you start recognizing something, but again, it's just that she is so excited and the passion just seems to like seep through.
Yeah, I mean, at that point, he would have kind of sat down and not put her down, but kind of sat down, had her in her lap, and let her in his lap, and kind of let her thumb through, and honestly, like been engaged with like every single page. Like that's all. In the moment, that's all that mattered was anything that she wanted to show.
As Ezra and Harriet kind of approach Valinyen, you're going to see that Valinyen stands up once more, and she goes ahead and stands before Ezra, and she goes and states, "You, you have the gift. You can speak with song."
Do you know why?
I have no understanding, but that is why you are important. That is what they're looking for.
What who is looking for?
The throne.
I'm afraid I don't understand. Who is or what is the throne?
They're the ones who cannot find peace or balance within themselves. Their anguish turns to cruelty. Their cruelty turns to dominance.
So this group, the throne, you stand against them. Who are you then? Or what who do you I don't know what to ask. I don't know what I don't know. I'm assuming that your people have different views on what's going on.
You see that she stands there for a moment and she kind of considers and she looks down and you'll see that she goes and she reaches into her pocket. And at this point, she withdraws that same apparatus that you had been using this entire time.
Yeah, that I
She
don't
pulls one out.
I don't have that anymore, right? We ripped that off, right?
Kaylin ripped it off and
Right.
buried it into the snow.
Right.
And you'll see that she's holding on to it and she says, "This is a song weaver. Have you ever used this?"
Tried to, couldn't figure it out. Well,
She goes,
not really at least.
she goes ahead and she states, "I can sense the song belonging to another attached to you. Who sang to you?"
Ezra frowns and looks down. Someone no longer here.
As your memories are concentrating on what had occurred to you onto Gato, you'll see that she goes ahead and nods and says,
Oh, she's talking about Gatto. He was talking about Sebastian, his husband. So if she's looking at his thoughts, that's what she's saying, not Gatto.
well, the thing is that Sebastian, as much as I love him and we need to meet him one day or find out what happened to him, he did not give the song weaver to you. Sorry.
No, I know that, but she's saying who sang to you, and so that's where his thought process went. Because you said
Got you.
I don't remember anything that happened with Gatto, so he wouldn't think to even go there.
Correct. But she comes out and she recognizes the tune. Gato's tune is still around you.
Okay.
She gave you her song weaver. And at this point, she says, "This is our identity. It's who we are within the song."
Okay.
Her chord still plays with you.
And what does that mean?
You have seen one of these, and you have used it. Where is it now?
It was lost. It got damaged, it wouldn't work. You might be able to find its remnants where the crab attacked us. Might. Very big might.
You'll see that she sticks her song weaver back into her coat, and at this point she looks at you and she says, "Would you come with me?"
Ezra looks over his shoulder to the rest of the group. We need answers, guys. And looks back to Valian and nods. Lead the way.
You'll see that she looks over towards Harriet, and Harriet, kind of listening in on the conversation, goes ahead and says, "All right, I'll have some of the gents go with you. You could take one of the trucks. Just make it quick." Valinyen goes ahead and nods and says, "I will be safe. I will keep them safe. I just want to see what song he may weave." And you'll see that Harriet goes ahead and kind of starts calling over some of the soldiers or some of the guards to kind of like walk over towards you. And at this point, they start preparing to exit. Arthur, Bug, you will see all of this happening. How do you react?
Oh, Arthur. I mean, doesn't even register or tune in to him turning his shoulder and talking about answers. He currently doesn't give half a whole shit about any of it right now. To be honest with you.
That is fair.
Um, yeah, Bug is just kind of like hanging back by Harriet, just listening in. Not really. Yeah.
And so you'll see that Valin goes ahead and she begins to follow the two gentlemen that are kind of like escorting you guys that are going to be joining you. And she begins to follow them, kind of giving you time to give your goodbyes or, say whatever you need to say to your companions, Ezra.
Ezra will walk up to Caitlin.
Caitlin's in another room.
Oh, that's right. I'm sorry. So it's just
Bug and Arthur.
It's just Bug and Arthur there. I'll walk up to
And
both
Charlotte.
of them. And Charlotte. I'll walk up to Bug and Arthur. I'll be safe. I'll be back soon. I need to find out what this is all about. There's more to this than we realize, and the more we know, the safer we'll be.
Bug will just kind of nod and like look you and dead in the eyes and just be like, just be careful.
I'll do my best, but what else do I have to lose at this point, right?
Rude. A lot.
Debatable. But he does offer a small smile to that. Maybe. Never mind. Nothing we say will change Clint's perspective on this yet. That's why we need answers.
Yeah.
I guess I'll see you soon then. I hear they have showers, or at least I'm assuming they do. Power's working, there's plumbing, so it's been a while since any of us have had one of those.
Are you saying I stink?
No, I'm saying I'm jealous, and I want one. I want 4 of them, with water that is scalding hot, like boil a lobster hot. So save some of that hot water for me, I'll be back. And he'll turn around and follow Valyan.
All right. Excellent. Arthur, Bug, anything else that you would like to do at this moment? You'll see that Valin walks out shortly thereafter, following as Ezra. Is there anything further that you would like to do?
I mean, are we getting like close to nighttime wise, or like what time? I guess what time of day is it?
With all the fighting and everything that's been going on, yeah, I would say like a couple hours probably passed by for sure. It's been entertainment.
Yeah. Well, Charlotte, are you ready to get some rest so you can start the day off? Maybe with I don't know if we can find some maybe chocolate for breakfast. See how that goes.
She literally drops the book and her crayons. This will blow her young mind away. And she stands there and she just looks at you and she says, "Chocolate for breakfast?"
Oh, absolutely. From what I hear, it's technically the most proper time to eat it.
She runs to the nearest cot, just throws herself into it, and she's like, I'm sleeping now." And you'll see that she's just like looking at you. And the entire time she's just like intently, like her eyes are just like her blue eyes are just on you. And this entire time she's like trying to act like she's snoring, like, I'm sleeping, look.
Well, last time he'll walk over and kind of rustle her head. Last time I checked, you had to close your eyes, and you're not very good at sleeping with your eyes open. And believe it or not, you do not snore.
Uh, she closes one eye, keeps the other one kind of like half open just to keep an eye on you in case you're going to be like eating chocolate. And she'll go ahead and she's just like breathing. And she's like, okay, I'm sleeping now. Is it morning?
Well, if that's the game we want to play, I guess I could just eat both pieces myself.
No. She sits up in her in the cot. She's like, no, no, no. Okay,
Right then,
I'll go to sleep.
good night,
Arthur,
Sean. Yeah.
tell me a story.
Story. Um, well, to be honest with you, Charlotte, he'll kind of sit down. I didn't read too many of those books for when I should have, but I could tell you, a story about a boy who he really wanted to make something of himself, and well, nobody really believed that he could, except for maybe one person. And he found out pretty early on that that's all he needed. And well, anyway, he wasn't very good at schooling or learning much of anything but fighting, so he stuck with that. He used to get in trouble for school about it, and get in trouble at home about it, and get in trouble just about anywhere until he found a place where you could help him belong. And he was surrounded by people that could focus all of that energy and passion and the know-how that he did have. He found a place that he could work hard and that could mean something, so he let it become who he was. He trained in it every single day. He learned that if he put himself together and made appearances and stood strong where he needed to, then he could get back to that place. And one day it would mean something to more people than just himself. And after a long time of doing that, he learned that he could take care of other people. And all the skills that he had would mean something to them. But one day he also let that mean more than what those people did. Now he's on an adventure to see if he can take all that and make it right again and save the princess and the prince, as it were. But maybe we'll leave that one for tomorrow night.
You'll see that Charlotte goes ahead and she lets out a little yawn, and then she kind of like leans back and she's just like, did he like chocolate? And you'll see that she kind of nods off and her eyes are too heavy and she just lets them close. And at this point, you'll see that her chest begins to like rise and fall. She's just taking breaths. And sure enough, she is knocked out.
He'll smile, like it was his favorite then too. And then he'll get up and we look. So is this like the kind of the kids' sleeping area, or is this like another area that we'll be in? Like, what is the
This is
vibe of
the
this place?
no, this is the communal area. This is where everybody kind of has their own like cot or beds kind of situated. Families are brought in together, and again, you'll notice that the vibe here is very chill. No one seems to be, no one is looking to do any harm. No one is looking to do anything wrong. You guys are thrust into the situation that the whole world is on its head. and people are just doing the bare minimum to survive.
I think he would. I mean, is there? And I imagine there's windows, but is there kind of windows right next to it, like we have against the wall, like where the
Most
cots up?
most of the windows are going to be covered just to make sure that they can't see in and light doesn't get out. So it's going to be inherently dark in here as the lights like turn off. They'll probably just have like the floodlights, and when all the power goes out kind of scenarios, just to give enough light, to be able to navigate in the room and the halls. But again, they're purposely trying to keep everything dark.
Yeah, I think he would to not be restless and kind of give the energy that he has to the room. He would kind of take a bit of a walk and see if there's a better vantage or a place that he can see out of, or like even a door or anything, just so he can kind of give him a view of where they are and kind of what the landscape looks like. Be on the lookout for more possible vehicles, all those things.
For sure. From the cafeteria, the only main the cafeteria does have doors that would go out. These have been blockaded, so you kind of have to like walk around trying to find one of the other exit points from this location. But again, it's really well guarded. It's really well taken care of, and the whole point is to try to keep as low as possible so these people can continue living a semblance of life.
Yeah, he wouldn't poke and prod the gates, as it were. He would kind of be more taken in to see if there was, if he did want to just walk off or leave or like that, what the vibe of how much they try to keep them in, or if they're just trying to keep things out, or that kind of thing. But he wouldn't really push or try to leave necessarily. Just seeing if there's any places that he can kind of get a lay of the land.
No, for sure, Arthur's going to understand that they're trying to keep things out. They're not trying to keep people in. Bug. At this point, you'll see that Harriet has been kind of sitting there talking to the others. You'll see that some of the kids walk up to her, some of the parents walk over as well, and you'll see that she tries to like ease them and talk to them. But you see that she's getting tired herself, like physically tired. And she goes ahead and she turns over and she sees Arthur talking to Charlotte. And at this point, you'll see that Harriet kind of looks up at you and she just says, I've never seen a man be that good of a father. And I've seen a lot. So I gotta ask you, Bug. Why is Kaylin not going after this one?
Oh,
Well,
I have an answer for that actually, if you would like. You would know.
Okay.
He's too much like John. They're like the same age, the same build. Yeah.
There can only be one sledgehammer.
Yeah. um,
John, my elder brother.
and Bug will just
Sorry.
kind of shrug and be like, I don't know, but I mean, Kate, she's not her type, I think. Probably
Yeah.
reminds her too much of others.
Yeah, it makes sense. Well, what about you, Bug? What you doing out here? What you looking for?
For now, I kind of go where Kate goes. She put me out, so I feel like I owe her.
You'll see that Harriet just rolls her eyes. And she's just like, she helped you, she saved you, Bug.
Yeah.
But you gotta live your own life. You've already done more than enough for her.
Maybe.
Don't get me wrong, I love the fact that you guys are together. But at the same time, you gotta start figuring out your own path. Don't be like me, don't be foolish, but you gotta figure yourself out.
Yeah,
Kaylin's gonna figure herself out, you need to figure yourself out.
I just don't want to always be the one to leave, you know?
You see that she goes ahead and laughs, and she says, "You're talking about me now. I'm the one that left. You got stuck in a mine. I left. It's two different things."
Tomato, tomato.
You'll see that Harriet goes ahead, and she puts a hand on your back, and she goes, "I'm so happy to see you, Bug. Honestly."
Me too. I'm glad you're not dead.
You'll see that she goes ahead and she's just like, eh, I mean, I'm glad I'm not dead too.
Hey, Harry,
Yeah,
do you want bigger wheels?
I was waiting for you to ask me that.
Thank God. You ain't going very far on that. Let me help you, please.
Well, do you remember what Pa used to watch all the time?
What? No.
Oh, that's right, you weren't there for that. Well, do you remember in the back room he had those posters? The monster trucks?
That's what you
Yeah.
want?
Hey, if we're gonna go big, let's go big.
Nice. You got wheels? Point me in the right direction. And I'll take out the butterfly knife. The multi-tool that I use as a butterfly knife.
You'll see that Harriet goes ahead and laughs, and she goes and she's like, "Okay, we'll do this, but let's do it tomorrow. I'm kind of tired, and it takes it out of me. I haven't been all that healthy ever since. Well, I'll see you tomorrow, Bug."
Bye, Harriet. Good night.
And you'll see that she begins to head back down the hall towards her office. And you're kind of like looking around. You're seeing that people are getting ready to like settle down for the night or for the evening. Um, but Ezra is coming down the hall. At this point, you'll see that Val and Yen is being led by the two gentlemen. They're kind of ahead. They go down the same entrance you guys came in. So the nurse's office is right to the right hand side. And you'll see that Val and Yen stops for a moment. And this is while Ezra's having this conversation, I should say. And you'll see that Val and Yen turns and looks over towards the river. And for a moment, she stops and she starts to take a few steps towards River. And at this point, she leans over River, just kind of like looking at her for a moment. She then places a hand on her, and as she does so, she says, "Princess." Oh, 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 oh. And with that, she takes the steps back, and you'll see that she begins to head back down the hall, kind of like getting back in the hall. And by that time, Ezra, you're turning into that main hall. You'll see her kind of coming out of the room, and she stops just to kind of like look at you, and you'll see her almost like, confused for a moment, but upon seeing you and upon hearing you, she's like, "Ah, yes, let's continue." And we are going to call it a night there.
Fabulous.
Yes.
Good night, everyone. Thank you for tuning in.
Woo.
This episode will be uploaded on YouTube in the next couple days. Again, like I said, I'm going to have to splice these two parts together, so just bear with me. It will be done by the weekend. Until then, we have new episodes coming. We have a really cool Ashkin Lex and I just reviewed. You heard about everyone's shows. You can find links to those on our website with all their social media. And join us again next week for the last Caravan. Thank you and have a good night. Bye-bye.